of Salt and Sorrows. I saw this like on Amazon for some reason. I got it for Christmas. Did you buy it, Madeline?
It's all over social. I've seen that in multiple posts.
Okay.
It's always suggested in Amazon too when I'm like looking for stuff.
Okay. So I'll give you guys a review. Do you want the synopsis first?
Yes.
So basically, it's kind of based off the fairy tale of the dancing princesses.
Really?
Which is like our favorite, I know.
Did you watch that too, Anne?
No.
The Masterpiece Theater
gosh.
dancing princesses growing up.
You had to have seen it with us at least once or twice.
Maybe. I don't remember this at all though.
Okay, so here's the gist. So there are these 12 sisters. And this
Wait,
is like dark.
Gist of the book or the movie?
The book.
Okay.
Or do you want to do the movie? Should we do the brief synopsis? The movie's easier to explain.
Yeah.
So in the movie, there are 12 sisters that are princesses, and their dad is very annoyed because he buys them very expensive slippers and they get worn out every day. And he's like, what do you guys do? You're just like around the house and you go to bed. Like your slippers get like worn out in the middle of the night. They have holes in them. I'm paying a cobbler a small fortune to update your shoes every day. Like, what are you doing? And they won't tell him. And so he's like, all right. So he offers this challenge to like, I think all the men in the realm, that if anyone can find out what his daughters are doing and why they're wearing out their shoes, he can marry whichever one of them he wants. Which is like,
this is like a 50s movie.
Yeah, it's very misogynistic, but like also like funny and charming, right? It's like the same way Seven Brides is still like adorable to me today, even though they're stealing wives. Just part of your childhood. But so can't figure it out. And so this like soldier, like not like peasant level, right? But not like a prince comes and he finally figures out what's going on. And the long story short is the girls have been sneaking out through like a secret passage and going to balls all night in this like fairy tale realm and just dancing the night away. And so that's why their shoes are always ruined. It's because they're just going out and partying. And then he marries the sister he loves. So
does that sound at all familiar, Andrea?
No, but like, isn't it a fairy thing that if you start dancing at a fairy ball, you like can't stop or something?
Yeah.
It's also like, remember the girl with the red shoes? Like that? Like, I think that's more like the German fairy tale version where she gets like these red shoes and she starts dancing and she can't, and her feet are like bleeding and she's crying. And they like,
I have never heard that one.
what? Okay. I want to show Andrea a picture real quick of the like Masterpiece Theater.
Is that Rodgers and Hammerstein?
No, it's like the PBS like Masterpiece Theater. Okay, Andrea, can I share my screen real quick? You can edit. Oh, why have you disabled screen
I'll
share?
enable it. I'll make you the host.
Thank goodness.
Let's see it.
Okay, Andrea, these are the sisters. And
This
then
does not
here's the
look
guy that
familiar.
solves it. What?
This does not look familiar at all.
See them there in their room, hiding out. Oh, here's their
They
dad.
like sneak behind a bed to go to the secret like magical realm.
There's the little witch lady. Yeah, anyway, this is a very important cultural work. Oh, there's the sister he likes with the green bow. He ends up marrying her. This one.
She looks like she's 40. I always thought she was like a young adult when I watched this when I was little.
I kind of feel like we have the same hairstyle.
A little bit. If your hair was curlier.
Yeah, I need curlier hair. Anyway, so this book is based off of that story a little bit, but it's super dark. Okay, not super dark. I mean, it's pretty dark. 80% dark. Okay, so the book starts out and 3 of the sisters are already dead.
Oh my gosh.
And supposedly there's like a curse on the family and they don't know what's going on. And so they're all like, the remaining sisters are also obviously like very upset because their sisters are dying and also because they feel like they're next. And so their mom died when the youngest sister was born, and the dad just married like a new wife, and she's pregnant with a child now. And so it kind of just goes through the story of them trying to figure out what's going on, and then also in the meantime overlaps with like the story of the dancing princesses, where the girls are doing all this stuff, and then their shoes every night are worn to bits, and their dad is like, what is going on? And then in the middle of the book, he offers the challenge to the townspeople of like, whoever can figure out why my daughters wear holes in their expensive shoes every night can marry whichever one he wants. And so, without giving anything away, that's the gist of the book. The ending ends up being, and the reasoning behind it is like what ends up being like kind of dark and creepy and more like a Grimm's fairy tale. Not that hardcore, but like it's not the happy ending of the Masterpiece Theater movie. So
isn't there a second one?
So there is a second one.
Duology.
So I looked it up. So there is a second one, but it doesn't like finish this story. It's like this story is done. And then the littlest sister in this book gets like her own story, like later on, like years later, of like what goes on in her life then after like the events of this book are completely over.
I am personally just shocked that it's based off that movie, because I honestly don't know anyone else who's ever seen that movie.
I love that movie.
What did you rate it?
I rated it a B. And I think part let me like put him over. Sorry. Come on. Oh, get up. Okay, I'm sorry. So I rated it a B, but I think part of that reason is because I do love the movie and we watched it so much growing up. It's not like ACOTAR, right? It's like its reading level's a little bit lower. The story's good. Some of the characters though do kind of like corny things. Like this guy becomes like obsessed with this girl, but only because he's just like heard her sister talk about her and he's like, she sounds amazing. And then he like wants to marry her. It's like too intense. And then but like some of the sister dynamic stuff is kind of fun where they like kind of support each other and then they also are like kind of mean to each other.
Did you relate to that?
Yeah, like I get it. So like that part was fun, but like don't expect ACOTAR level like binging. It's a good
Was
book.
it spicy? What was its spice level?
Like a 1.
Lame. Would you recommend it to other people?
I would recommend it.
Are you gonna read the second?
Yeah, but probably not anytime soon. Like I'll read it eventually, but I'm not like in a hurry to like buy it. I've got to get through strike.
Yeah. And then that other Princes of Hell book comes out in like 5 days, October 3rd.
Prince of Envy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Envy. Yeah.
I need to pre-order that. Can you pre-order it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like right before this.
I'm excited for that one. Well, I think I will read that book now. Even though it's a darker version, I really like the premise and how it's based off of that story. I did not know that even after seeing it all the time on social.
I should both read it.
Were there any twists? Any surprises? Or was it like pretty predictable?
I mean, there was like one kind of twist. I wasn't like shocked, but I didn't see it coming either. But I was kind of like, oh, that makes sense.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'll add it to the list.
House of Salt and Sorrows.
Love it.
Okay. Hellbent now?
Liz?